Yo, what's poppin', people? Your boy Snacks is back in the building with another banger. Y'all know how we do. Y'all know what I need you to do. Before we get started, do your boy a solid. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to turn your post notification bell on. You get 3 hypes a week, Auntie Face say. So I'm gonna need you to use one of them things on your boy. You know what I'm saying? Hype the video up. Let's do the doggone thing. You know, 50K, 100K hypes. You know how we do. I put my true faith in my subscribers and in my viewers, so I know we can do that. And let's get to 25K subscribers. We're about 1,300 away, so we trying to get there. And we already know training camp day 1 is in the books. The day is done, and the videos are popping out all over the place. But this is how we do over here. We spit them out a little bit slower than everybody else. So Tony GROSSI talked about what popped off at camp, and he kind of downplayed Shedeur a little bit on what he had to do. But we got the man behind it all. Todd Monken took some time after practice today and went over to Cleveland Browns radio and sat down and had a conversation about the quarterback room, about what they were trying to do in practice. He kind of explains it all. And the infamous quarterback tracker is back. Oh boy. And shedeursanders was out there shining today. Well, we gonna get it all into it. Y'all ready to go? I know I am. Let's get it poppin'.
Yo, what's poppin', people? Your boy Snacks is in the building. Hey, we got another banger. Turn me up. Woo, 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 woo. Cartier shades on, diamond dancing in the light. Cross on the chain, Bigsnackks looking right. Step in the room, whole screen start shaking, hit that intro. Now the whole chat waking, Colorado talk. Coach Prime with the motion, Shedeur in the mix, got the whole world posted. Cleveland Browns pressure, we gon' break it down. Bigsnackks on the mic, hottest voice in town. Hey, another banger. So serious. Another banger. Bigsnackks going live. Tap in right now for the energy ride. Like that video. Subscribe to the name. Hit that bell too. Don't miss the flame. Another banger. We don't do no boring. Sports talk jumping. Whole chat roaring. Cartier frames. Diamonds on shine. Bigsnackks in the building. It's showtime. Angel Reese cooking. Atlanta dream flying. Dallas Cowboys talk. You know we ain't lying. Browns nation loud. Buff nation stand tall. When Snacks push the button, he gon' talk about it all. Life, sports, culture, real talk in the booth. Funny with the jokes, but we standing on truth. If you came for the show, better stay locked in. Bigsnackks got another one. Let the games begin. Bigsnackks, Bigsnackks, another banger. Hey, like the video, subscribe right now. Hit that bell, tap in with the live. Your boy Snacks in the building. Peace out, peace out, peace out. Peace out.
Your boy Snacks is definitely in the building, and so is the infamous quarterback tracker. It is definitely in the building. And per the quarterback tracker on today, shedeursanders was 16 of 19, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Deshaun Watson, 12 of 22 with 2 INTs. And mind you, those were back-to-back. Little old Dylan was 7 of 9 with a pick. And Taylor Green was out there doing big boy things because he was 3 of 5. And just to keep y'all in mind, they were 2-spotting on today. That means Shedeur was with the 2s all day. And Taylor Green was with Shedeur with the 2s. Deshaun Watson and Dylan Gabriel were with the 1s on today. And tomorrow, it's supposed to flip-flop. But Tony GROSSI broke down practice with a very short commentary on what took place in today's practice, and he kind of threw a little shade at Shedeur, kind of downplayed what he did in practice, having a great day, outshining Deshaun and doing all the things. Tony GROSSI gonna have to stop this hate, dog. The shade gotta stop. But let's hear what Tony GROSSI had to say.
Hi everybody, Tony Grossi back at Browns training camp, day one. We are presented by Maloney and Novotny. First day of training camp was kind of a taking care of business day for Andrew Berry. Yesterday, Denzel Ward got a 2-year contract extension. Today, as the players were going on the field, the Browns and Grant Delpit agreed to terms to a 3-year deal. In fact, Andrew Berry informed Grant Delpit on the field he wasn't intending to practice today, but once they agreed to terms, he put his helmet on and had a full day of work. Quarterback situation today, it starts out day one with Deshaun Watson leading the #1 team in 7-on-7 and team drills, 11-on-11. Watson actually threw back-to-back interceptions by turned in by Denzel Ward and the new cornerback Damari Mathis, whereas Shedeur Sanders had a very efficient day, 16 of 19, a lot of short passes there, but he had almost a flawless day according to the numbers. One other thing about the quarterbacks today, Dylan Gabriel and Taylon Green probably had more reps today than they had the entire spring season. Gabriel with 9 pass attempts and Taylon Green with 5, but it's good to see them get more action today. Overall, about a 90-minute practice that abides by the new CBA rules for day one. That will expand over the next couple days. A couple other items of note. DeJuan Jones was the starting left tackle with the #1 team. And also, so that put Spencer Fano with the 2s. Also, the 2 rookie receivers ran with the 2s. I think that's going to change over the course of camp, but not from the start. So that's it from day one, Browns training camp. They'll be back tomorrow. Fans are not permitted in until Friday.
Somewhat of a little bit of hate by Tony Grossi. We're going to have to do better, Tony Grossi. But as we know, Grant Delpit and the other 21, not Coach Prime, one of the best defensive backs in the league, the Cleveland 21. Both of them got contract extensions, and which puts 2-1 at the highest paid cornerback in the league for the second time in his career. That's an amazing accomplishment within itself, because you usually don't get two. You usually don't get to be on top 2 times unless you're a quarterback. Then it changes. But to be the highest paid cornerback in the league once, and then when it's time to re-up, do it again. Yeah, that's what you call a hell of a thing. And Todd Monken sat down with the boys on the Cleveland Browns radio and talked about practice on today. He talked about the quarterback and how they are going through the motions, how practice will lay itself out. Shedeur got work with the 2s today. Deshaun got the bulk of the work with the 1s today. And tomorrow, it will flip. He talked about, as Tony Grossi said, those short passes. But he explained why they were short passes, because that's part of what they were working on. They were working on installing the quick out game. But see, if you listen to what Tony Grossi had to say, he was insinuating that Shedeur was just throwing little cheap passes and he wasn't doing them. But Shedeur's biggest pass today was to Concepcion down the sideline. A rainbow, bucket. The man didn't slow down. He just caught the ball and kept going. But let's listen to what head coach Todd Monken had to say about the quarterbacks and practice today.
As we can for the guys, maximize the time that we have, but obviously keep it in mind the amount of reps our guys get. You know, we can't 2-spot every drill.
Yeah, right.
We don't have enough, but definitely trying to get as many reps as we can and develop this young team.
All of the pieces obviously matter in any sort of quarterback competition. Deshaun went first today, the way you did at minicamp. Then I assume Shedeur tomorrow is kind of the way that'll go. What did you make of their performances today? And then as this process goes along, you know, obviously you're watching all of it. Do you have a benchmark in your head, even if you don't want to say it publicly, about when you want to kind of have this thing wrapped up?
Well, The answer is really the same. I mean, it's by the first game, it has to be wrapped up.
Really?
We have no choice. It's going to come to a head here. Actually, before then, the week of the game, and you're going to have to have made that decision of who that is. And we've got to continue to work through the first few weeks of installs. And then we're going to play in the preseason. I mean, they're going to play in the preseason, and that's the closest we're going to get, along with the practice against the Bills, to see where they're at. And I look forward to seeing all the quarterbacks compete. Dylan as well, Tay. But tomorrow, as you mentioned, Shedeur will take it with the ones tomorrow, and we'll go back and forth. But, you know, when you're able to two-spot, you're just trying to stack and get as many reps as you can to allow the quarterbacks to feel comfortable. And I feel good about the depth that we've created offensively with, you know, the 3 O-linemen we drafted, the 3 free agents we brought in, with a couple of wideouts that we have, the tight ends. So certainly we've taken a step forward in terms of giving the guys an opportunity to showcase their ability. Because obviously it starts up front, okay, and their ability to get protected when you're throwing it, and then who you have, you know, on the perimeter that can make plays for you.
We live in a day and age now where everybody's got their cell phones out and they're going to clip plays, and there were some interceptions today with Deshaun, had back-to-back ones. Through your eyes, I know you got to watch the tape, but through your eyes, how do you evaluate those plays, and how big of a deal is it really, too? Because we didn't know, for example, we were saying up top, we're like,
no, we didn't know.
Oh, yeah, there were a lot of passes that came out quick. It felt like a lot of, not necessarily checkdowns, but get the swing out quick, or some shorter passes. There was nothing down the field. He said, yeah, well, that's exactly what we were doing. Oh, okay, that makes a little bit more sense for people watching it. I know that you don't care necessarily what's on social media, but how do you, in your process, evaluate those types of plays and go forward from them as learning? You want to make mistakes in practice.
Well, as you mentioned, today was really a lot of quick game install. That kind of matches your first day, you know, trying to pump the ball down the field. Now, we did have play actions, so that gave us a chance. And some could happen organically with quick game conversions. That could end up that way. The first interception, we ran a naked, and Denzel, hell, I mentioned it early in my press deal, where you better get the ball off quickly, because if you're late making a throw, Denzel's got the makeup speed to close and cut in front. It was a great play more by him than, to me, a poor decision. I was standing right behind Deshaun. I would have made the throw.
Yeah.
So that. The second one was a dig where he was late. Now, I had to go back and look to see if he had to move in the pocket. Just got it out late, and we got an overlap corner that made a nice play on it. And then the last one was by Dylan, and it was, trying to make a back shoulder to the field, which is very difficult. The back shoulder throw to the field is very difficult. Again, I thought 2 of the plays were really nice plays by corners, and the other one we were just late. But that's part of it. That's part of the learning process. I mean, you want right now, just like in the offseason, you want your quarterbacks to work at their mastery of the offense to where it's QB driven, right? Their ability to signal and change routes and be in control of the offense. You'd like to at least start that way, be aggressive with your throws, and then let's kind of reel it back in. It's hard
Figure out what
to
you
go
can get
the
away
other
with.
way,
Right.
And not take some shots down the field and give your the guys a chance to make some plays. Not that, hell, I don't want to throw any interceptions, so that's not what I'm getting at. But you certainly, that's going to be part of the game. It's just you're just trying to minimize it.
When you go just kind of along those lines with quarterbacks in particular, you want them at some point to push the boundaries in practice so that they know what they can or can't get away with. They know, for example, on that dig now, Deshaun's going to know that timing is it's either got to be out or that route's not available to me now.
Sure.
How much of the learning comes from kind of stuff like that? Aaron Rodgers was just talking about this recently and saying how valuable it was, when they basically told him, no, it's okay to make mistakes and push things in practice because you want to take care of the football in the games, but you need to know where those boundaries are, where the lines are.
100%. No, I mean, you're never going to keep taking those steps. You're never going to become QB driven or controlled if you don't allow them to change plays at the line of scrimmage, if you don't allow them to get you in a premium play, if you don't allow them to take chances with the ball, then you bring it back in. And when that happens, you have to coach them, right? You can't, when they make certain decisions, you can't get after them, you can't poo-poo it, you can't MF them, because then they won't do it anymore. Then they're going to stop. Yeah. Just like all of us would, right? You make a mistake and you get dog cussed over it, then you're like, well, then you basically go into a shell. I don't want our quarterbacks to go into a shell.
Right.
Now, they can't sure as hell lose us the game, for God's sakes. But I want them right now. Now is that time for us to continue to push the envelope.
And
you heard Coach Monken. You don't want to poo-poo it. You don't want to treat your quarterbacks like they can't make mistakes, like they can't mess up, because then you won't get all you can get out of them. You want your quarterbacks to be aggressive, but you also want them to learn right now, not during the season. You want them to test their limits, see where they can put that ball. If you got the velocity, or you know you can get that ball in that hole. He's okay with you making mistakes now, but he wants you to understand your mistakes and clean them up so they don't continuously happen. And just like he said, today was Shedeur on with the 2s and Deshaun with the 1s. Tomorrow, everything flips. Whole different story. Tomorrow, Shedeur's with the 1s. The question is, will the rookie receivers travel with Shedeur to the 1s? That's what I want to see. Because the rookie receivers, Boston and Concepcion, was down there with Shedeur with the 2s. Now, if they take the trip to the 1s with Shedeur, then we got some questioning. Because if it doesn't change anytime soon, and we also know that the rookie left tackle was also with the 2s. So that familiarity, that sinkage, where you learning how your quarterback moves while you blocking for him, it's a lot of little nuances you have to pay attention to during practice. You have to see who's traveling with who's working with who. And if it all stays the same, then you know who your starting quarterback is. But that's for another day. But anyway, y'all know what y'all need to do. Holler at your boy. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn your post notification bell on. Hit that little star down there at the bottom. Hype your boy up. I appreciate y'all watching, man. I'm going to get out of here. We got more videos in it. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace out.
Bigsnackks! Let's go! Yeah! Before you go, hit that like and subscribe. Join the family, come along for the ride. Sports, culture, life, yeah, we talk it all. From the Browns to the Buffs, every rise and fall. See you aunties, I appreciate the love. Bigsnackks in the building, man, it's all above. G. Bush, K-Sap, Auntie Faye in the mix, Mag Dog TV, Money Man.